The Random Jottings of Hinge and Bracket, with Dr. Evadne Hinge and Dame Hilda Bracket. With Jean Hayward as Maud and friends and neighbours at Stackton Trestle in A Bad Day at Blilder's Barn.
Considering the fact that Stackton Trestle is such a small place, it seems to have more than its fair share of clever dicks. It has more than its fair share of stupid dicks as well. But that's another story. Evadne is one of the cleverest dicks. Another is a comparative newcomer called Roland Quarterman, one-time music-cum-drama critic of the Snitterton Bugle and prominent South Humberside intellectual. He and Evadne like nothing better than huddling together in corners, earnestly discussing consecutive fifths and the fingering of the flugelhorn. Or sitting giggling over the jokes in some ancient Greek comedy. I can't think why, because Evadne must have heard them all the first time round. Now, last autumn, these two inveigled me into joining them in a little artistic enterprise. The staging of a play written in the 1860s by a long-forgotten local author called James Potts. And what an experience that turned out to be. It was full of surprises. For instance, one afternoon, I walked into our drawing room to find Evadne sitting by the telephone. What are you doing inside, Evadne? It's quite a lovely day out in the garden.
Yes, it looks nice now the wind's dropped.
Maud and I have picked pounds of plums. You should have come out.
I was going to, but Roland phoned from Ipswich.
What's so clever about that?
Well, there's nothing particularly clever about it. He's been with the county archivist all day.
That sounds fun.
They've been looking into James Potts, and you'll never guess they've finally discovered where his house is.
Well, they've left it a bit late to pop round. He's been dead over 100 years.
Why must you always be so flippant? One just can't win with you. You get angry if I don't tell you these things, and you get narky if I do.
Narky?
Well, you know what I mean. Sort of spiky.
Spiky?
Hilda, every time I mention Roland's name, you get narky or spiky or flippant. And usually all three.
Well, there's a simple solution.
What's that?
Never mention his name again.
Oh, don't be ridiculous.
In fact, I think that's rather a good idea. Let's both swear never to mention his name again.
Isn't that going to make rehearsals even more difficult for us all, seeing that he's directing the play, I'm arranging the music, and you're acting in it?
I don't see why it should.
Well, you can do what you like. But you'll not catch me behaving like a bad-tempered prima donna.
Oh, no. With you it's all, yes, Roland, no, Roland, 3 backs full, Roland.
That'll do, Hilda.
I heard you during the lunch break yesterday, sitting on your camp stools, sharing your Greek yogurt. You were giggling about the turkey that fell on Aristotle's head and killed him.
Giggling about what?
It was Aristotle, wasn't it?
It was Aeschylus, actually, and it wasn't a turkey.
Well, what was it then?
It was a tortoise.
Tortoise? Didn't know tortoises could fly.
Legend has it, Hilda, that an eagle carrying a tortoise in its claws mistook Aeschylus's bald head for a stone and dropped the tortoise onto it to break its shell.
Oh. Well, it killed him, didn't it?
So they say.
There you are, then. I wasn't far wrong. You see, you two aren't the only ones who know anything.
It's all right, Dame Milder. I'll get it.
Thank you, Maud. Are you expecting anyone, Evadne?
No, I'm not.
Well, neither am I.
Well, who can it be, then?
Well, at least it can't be him. He's in Ipswich.
Look, Dame Milder, what's just come for you?
Flowers for me, dear. Don't say I've forgotten my own birthday.
Well, that wouldn't be easy. The date's ringed in red in every calendar in the house.
Aren't they gorgeous, Dame Milder?
They're lovely, dear. Carnations, roses, and tiger lilies, and chrysanthemums. Oh, they must have cost a fortune. Who brought them, dear?
It was the florist's boy, Dame Milder. There's a card with them. Look.
I assume you've read it, Maud.
And what if I have? The envelope weren't stuck down. Anyhow, Dame Hilda don't have no secrets from me.
Dame Hilda doesn't get the chance, does she?
I'll take 'em and put 'em in a vase, shall I, Dame Hilda?
Oh, thank you, dear, yes. The big earthenware one would look nice, I think.
Well, it would. Only I'm pickling me onions in the earthen. So I'll pop 'em in the big copper one.
Well, I'll leave it to you, dear. All my vases are nice.
My Arthur don't like his onions done in copper, 'cause it turns them blue. Ooh, he's that faddy. I'd best get these flowers in water before they wilt.
Yes, why, thank you, Maud.
Well, Hilda, who are the flowers from?
Let's see, shall we? Oh,
Well, who are they from?
well, quite honestly, dear, it's rather difficult to tell you.
Why?
Because I've sworn never to mention his name again.
From Roland.
Yes.
What on earth is he sending you flowers for?
Just listen to this. To my favourite leading lady, with apologies for yesterday. How could I have been brute enough to ask you to enclose such pretty feet in wooden shoes? Love, really.
Rowley?
That's what it says. Isn't that sweet of him? Sweet and so very gracious.
I suppose he couldn't very well do anything else. Not after you'd thrown a tantrum like that.
I did not throw a tantrum, dear. I simply put my pretty foot down.
If I'd been director, you'd not have got away with it.
Evadne, I have never in my life appeared on stage wearing clogs, and I do not intend to start now. That's why I never appeared in Miss Hook of Holland.
No one was asking you to wear clogs. They were pattens, wooden overshoes. All countrywomen wore them in the old days to keep their shoes out of the mud.
Yes, and if I'd gone clattering over the stage in those things, everybody would have thought I was wearing orthopedic sandals.
Say what?
Evadne, I am not having the whole of Stackton thinking there's something wrong with my feet.
If the part calls for patterns, you should wear patterns. And if you won't, you should be sacked on the spot.
Mercifully, not all directors are as pedantic and dictatorial as you are. But you know, I think I'm beginning to warm to Rowley.
Well, that's a relief. It should make rehearsals a good deal less tiresome.
Incidentally, when Rowley phoned, did the dear man tell you where James Potts is supposed to have lived?
Yes, he did. Why?
Where was it?
Oh, right down the other end of the village.
Whereabouts?
One of these old cottages in Magpie Row. Why?
I just thought I might pop down after tea and take a teeny little look.
It's amazing how a few flowers has suddenly kindled your interest in James Potts.
It's nothing whatever to do with the flowers, dear. I just feel I may have been a little remiss in that direction. Shown a little more interest. Isn't it called researching one's part?
I don't know. You've never done it before.
Would you like to come with me?
I intended going anyway.
Good. To tell the truth, I haven't the foggiest idea where Magpie Row is.
All right, then. We'll go together.
That will be nice. I don't suppose Magpie Row will have seen so many people since Mafeking night.
That's Magpie Row, Hilda, at the top of the track there.
My goodness. I never even knew this path existed.
Yes, you did. When we first came to Stackton, somebody told us there were hazel trees in the coppice up here, and we decided to come nutting.
And what did we get? Nothing. Sorry.
I got a bag full of nuts.
Lucky old you.
It was very muddy, I remember, so you stayed down at the bottom and I walked up here on my own.
You were wearing your patterns, were you? I wonder why they called it Magpie Row.
Because at one time all these trees were full of magpies.
Is that right?
Well, can you think of a better reason?
One should never build where magpies nest, you know.
You and your old wives' tales.
Magpies aren't awfully lucky, you know. When I was a child, our gardener's wife used to spit every time she saw a magpie. Her kitchen floor was a mess.
There you are, Hilda. That's Magpie Row.
What number is James Potts supposed to have lived at?
Number 7.
But there are only 3 cottages.
And one of them can still be number 7, can't it?
Well, not unless they were numbered by an idiot.
Hilda, those 3 derelict cottages will be all that remains of an entire row.
What happened to the rest?
I suppose they fell down.
I told you magpies were unlucky.
Hello there, Evadne, Hilda.
Oh, look, it's Roland. Hello, Roland.
Hello, darling. Thank you so much for the lovely flowers. Kiss, kiss.
Oh, don't be so theatrical, Hilda. You'll embarrass the poor man.
Nonsense. He loves it. You know he does.
No, wait there. I'm coming up. I have wonderful news.
Oh, I wonder what that can be.
Perhaps he's decided not to do the play after all.
Well,
Have you found number 7?
Yes, I think I have, Roland.
Well, which one is it then?
Well, those 3 are 4, 5, and 6. So number 7 must be that pile of rubble on the end there.
Oh, no. Oh, what a shame.
Isn't it? That's just what I was thinking.
Still, the cottages that remain show us the sort of humble abode in which our Jemmy lived and worked. It was just a simple one up, one down.
And now it's all down.
It's amazing how small those old agricultural cottages were, isn't it? And yet, do you know, Hilda, Jemmy and his wife somehow contrived to bring up 17 children in that tiny cottage.
My goodness me. If they all stood up together, it must have been wall-to-wall feet.
To think that from dawn to dusk, summer and winter, 7 days a week, and in all weathers, Jemmy laboured in this land. Yet he still found time to write.
No wonder it's a short play.
Ah, but there are the poems. Over 500 poems. The night was dark, and clouds were scudding as she sat down to eat her pudding. Gazing through the lattice at the watery moon, licking at the custard on her simple pewter spoon.
Wonderful, Roland. Quite wonderful.
If I'd written that, you'd have said it was rubbish.
You'd written it would have been rubbish.
I rather think you are missing the point, Hilda, dear.
Oh, am I?
You see, one has to remember that Jemmy Potts was completely self-educated.
Oh, does one?
He taught himself to read and write by etching out the letters of the alphabet with his winnowing stick in the dust on the threshing room floor.
And every time he sneezed, he wiped his blackboard clean.
Don't be flippant.
Sorry.
So what's your wonderful news then, Roland?
Ah, my wonderful news is wonderful news indeed.
Well, that's wonderful news, isn't it,
Hilda? Oh, I know I'm being somewhat over-enthusiastic, Hilda, but it really is such wonderful news.
Oh, don't apologize, dear. It sounds wonderful.
Now, ladies, you see that old barn over there? Behind the cottages? Beside the mound of sugar beet?
Yes, Roland.
Yes, Roland.
Well, per se, it doesn't look very much, does it?
No, Roland.
No, Roland.
But what would you say if I told you that is the actual, the original Blilder's barn?
Well, I very nearly said 3 bags full, Roland. But I managed to bite my tongue in time. Oh, that was my shin, Evadne.
Sorry, dear.
That is the actual barn that features in our play.
Oh, Roland, that really is very exciting. How clever of you to have discovered it.
Oh, well, I had help. I admit it, I had help. That archivist at Ipswich is a gem. But the really exciting thing is that I have seen the farmer and he has given his permission for me to use it. It is there, in the real Blilder's barn, that our play shall be staged.
Oh, how wonderful. It gives us such authenticity.
It gives me the pip.
The pip?
The pip, dear. The willies, the whiffle waffles.
The whiffle waffles? My dear Hilda, I don't understand.
Well, I never expected to hear you say that. What I mean, dear, is that I am not acting in any barn.
It doesn't matter, Roland. If she's going to be tiresome, we can always recast.
Oh, no, Evadne. Let us not be too hasty.
Roland, dear, I do not mean to be tiresome. I have in my time, as you know, performed on many stages. From La Scala, Milan, and the Royal Opera House, Covent Garden, to the turret of a Sherman tank in Cyprus.
Exactly, Hilda. You're such an out-and-out professional. We need you.
No, dear, I'm sorry. But if you insist on staging your play in a tumble-down barn in the middle of a muddy field, it's not me you need, it's Wurzel Gummidge. Well, I suppose I'm soft, but eventually I let Roland talk me into it. For one thing, I ran out of big vases for the flowers he kept sending. For another, I discovered that Evadne really was looking for someone to replace me. So we postponed rehearsals and spent the next 6 weeks working on Blilder's barn. Evadne cut down the nettles with her penknife so that we could get into the place. Peter Moore chopped down a huge elder bush that was growing through the roof. Mandy Moore and I dealt with the chickens. She kept chasing them out and I kept collecting the egg. Maud cleaned the place up and put her broom through the only window that wasn't broken. And Roland stood about with his hands in his pockets rhapsodizing and getting in everybody's way. Then one Monday morning, with the place almost habitable, we began assembling, ready to resume our rehearsals. Maud, what are you hammering at now, dear?
Just this plank in the middle of the stage, Dame Hilda. Every time I hammer that end down, this end comes up. And when I hammer this end down, that end comes up.
Is it all right to stand on?
Oh, if you stand on it, both ends will come up.
Well, I'd leave it for Mr. Quarterman there. He's awfully clever with his hands, so he tells me.
Right, Dame Elder. And as I also seem to be doing sound effects, I'll go and have a look at my wind machine.
Good idea. And watch you don't blow yourself away.
I wonder where Roland is.
Oh, so he doesn't tell you everything then.
It's very unlike him to be late.
He's not late, dear. We're early. You were in such a rush to get here before he did.
Hello. Morning, all.
Good morning, everybody.
Hello, my dear.
Morning, Peter. Good morning, Mandy.
Morning, Mr. and Mrs. Moore.
Morning, Maud.
What is this, the dawn chorus?
I'm sorry, we're a teensy-weensy bit late, Dame Hilda.
You're not, dear. In fact, if anything, you're a teensy-weensy bit early.
There we are, Dee. What did I tell you? I did have time to go home and change. But no, you insisted I come in wet trousers.
I say, they are wet. What on earth have you been up to?
Well, I suggested we take a shortcut, Dame Hilda.
And some shortcut that turned out to be.
I admit it would have been easier if the river hadn't been in the way, or if someone had had the sense to build a bridge over it.
There is a bridge over it, Dee. There's been a bridge over it since 1485, but it's almost a mile from where you wanted to cross.
Which proves that my way was a shortcut. It's almost a mile shorter than going over the bridge.
Yes, but one still has to cross the river, and that water was not ankle deep, as you insisted.
No, fair's fair, P. It was.
It was, but only at the edge. In the middle, it was up to my tummy button.
And how did you manage to keep so dry then, Mandy?
Well, P very sweetly gave me a piggyback.
I had no choice. I was hijacked.
Hijacked them?
As soon as Mandy saw it was getting deep, she leapt on my back, threw her arms round my neck, and threatened to throttle me if I didn't keep going. So it's her fault I've got wet trousers.
Well, you can take them off now you're here, can't you?
Not in front of Evadne, he can't. She's led a very sheltered life.
I bet I've seen more men without trousers than you have, Hilda.
What did you say, dear?
You seem to forget that I was brought up in Scotland, where the men wear kilts.
Oh, is that all? You had me quite worried for a moment.
Oh, it's all right, Dame Hilda. I have no intention whatever of spending the entire rehearsal in my underpants, even though they are brand new and rather jolly.
No one's suggesting you should, silly. You can slip out of those wet ones or bell-bottoms. Maud!
Yes, Mrs. Moore?
Have you got my husband's trousers?
Your husband's what?
My husband's trousers.
Well, I've been asked some funny things in my time.
His costume, dear. His sailor's trousers.
What? No one told me this were going to be a dress rehearsal.
It's not, dear. It's just a little emergency.
Well, his trousers will be in his dressing room.
Oh, I say, I didn't know I had a dressing room. Where's that then, Maud?
Same place as everyone else's. Behind that bit of sacking in the corner.
Don't worry, Peter. Roland's in the process of organising porter cabins for that sort of thing.
I do hope he remembers to organise a porter star for my door.
Well, run along, Drippy. You're puddling the floor.
Oh, righty-ho. I'll not be two shakes of a duck's rudder.
Man, don't they make such a fuss over nothing?
Greetings, people. Your director's here.
Hello. Morning, Roland.
Dead on the stroke of 10. How's that for punctuality?
How long have you been standing outside waiting for the clock to chime?
Oh, sharp as ever, I see, Hilda, darling. Good morning, Evadne.
Good morning, Roland.
And how's my favourite musical director this morning?
Ready to start when you are, Roland.
And so is your favourite leading lady, Roland.
Oh, that's what I like to hear. Where's Peter?
Changing his trousers.
He does know it's not a dress rehearsal. It's just a dry run.
Wouldn't have been very dry if he hadn't changed his trousers.
Belay there, Captain. Jolly Jack Tar coming aboard.
Oh, good morning, Peter.
Damme, I'll snap your grappling iron short as a biscuit and unship every headrail from larboard to starboard.
Oh, save it for later, Peter. Let's not waste vital energy.
Oh, he's got energy to spare today, Roland. He took 3 iron tablets with his muesli.
Right, everybody. I'd like to start with the opening of Scene 3, the arrival at Blilder's barn.
Do you want to run the song, Roland?
Oh, yes, please.
And where do you want me, Mr. Quarterman?
In your proper place, Maud.
Oh, that's at home with Arthur. I was meaning for now.
Maud, we're doing the opening of Scene 3. You're up on that platform with your weather effects.
I've just come down from there.
You'd better just go up again.
We all have our ups and downs in show business, Maud.
Oh, very well, then.
Roland, aren't the audience going to wonder what she's doing, crouching up there above the stage?
I must say, she does look a bit like Quasimodo trying to find a rope to shin down.
Now, don't worry. She'll be boxed in on the night.
Oh.
Well, I do hope she'll be able to see what she's doing. I hate to think of her directly above my head with 6 buckets of water and a wind machine.
Right, I'm up here. The weather's ready when you are.
Right then. So in the opening of our little play, we have seen the poor old widow Acton and her pretty young daughter Polly being evicted from their simple cottage home by the bailiffs. Now, homeless and penniless, they tramp the streets, looking for somewhere to rest their weary heads.
Right, everybody. I'll give you a count of 3. 1, 2, 3.
The day is cold and dark and dreary. It rains and the wind is never weary. The vine still clings to the moldering wall, but at every gust the dead leaves fall, and the day is dark and dreary, and the day is dark and dreary, and the day is dark and dreary.
Lovely, Hilda. Lovely, everybody. Maud,
What?
where were the falling leaves, dear? Where was the rain? Where was the wind?
Well, for one thing, I've only got one pair of hands, and for another, the handle of my wind machine's stuck.
Well, do try to unstick it, dear. We want the lot during that song. After all, the widow and her daughter are walking along a windswept, muddy lane.
Wearing their patterns, of course.
You keep your nose out of it, Evadne. If you've got nothing to do, practice your arpeggios.
Now they arrive here at Blilder's barn. They enter and fall exhausted into a pile of straw.
Right, dear, but I won't fall exhausted into the pile of straw until I'm wearing something a little less expensive than my hand-knitted cashmere two-piece.
Oh, fine, Hilda. If we could just have the line, please.
Right. Oh, daughter, how the wind howls and moans about our poor, humble refuge, and how heavily the rain is falling.
Do you want me to chuck a bit of rain down, Emil?
No, I do not.
Well, as though it were coming through the holes in the roof, like.
No, dear, not while I'm wearing my hand-knitted cashmere two-piece.
Hold your water for later, Maud. Now, let's get on.
Oh, how appalling are the wild terrors of the night.
Oh, mother, hearken.
Hearken to what, my child?
Why, 15 miles from the sea though we are, I can hear the wild foam dashing on the rocks.
She must have jolly good hearing.
Oh, quiet.
It's all in the mind, Peter. You see, Polly is thinking of her long-lost sweetheart, and he's been press-ganged into the Navy.
Oh, has he now?
Well, you should know. You're playing him.
Oh, can we get on, please?
Right, my line. Oh, what a dread night this is for the homeless and the friendless mother.
Yes, my daughter, and heaven help a sailor on a night like this.
Oh, mother, how it tortures me to think of my little Willie. Perched on the main top gallant at midnight in a terrible storm like this.
Oh, now that's what I'd call a wind. Well done, Maud.
I ain't doing nothing. We handle on board.
That wind is the real thing, Roland, and it's getting stronger by the minute, unless I'm very much mistaken.
I'm coming down. I don't like the sound of it up here.
There's no call for panic, Maud. After all, this barn has been up for over 100 years.
Well, not exactly, Evadne.
What do you mean, not exactly? I thought this was the real Blilder's barn.
Oh, it is, Hilda, it is. But various farmers down the years have rebuilt it from time to time.
Why?
Well, if you must know, it kept blowing down.
Just as it does at the end of our play.
I really must read this play more carefully. I seem to have missed all the interesting bits.
I knew we was in for trouble here as soon as I see that magpie.
What magpie, Maud?
Well, when I come in first thing this morning,
Yes.
Dame Hilda,
Yes.
there was a magpie sitting right in the middle of that stage, just where you're stood now.
Oh, did you spit at it?
I did not. I scrubbed that stage last evening.
That's it. I'm off. And I'd advise the rest of you to come with me.
Oh, wait for me. I'm coming, Rachel.
Me too.
And me.
No, wait, people, please.
Come along, Roland. Better safe than sorry.
No, we must finish the rehearsal. The show must go on.
Do come on.
Oh, where is the spirit of the old barnstormers? If you don't come back, I'll recast. I'll replace the whole lot of you. The show must go on. To the memory of James Potts, the show must go.
Oh, my goodness, I can't look.
It's all right, Dame Hilda. There he is, over there. Look.
Rising phoenix-like from the rubble.
Bloody but unbowed. Trust Roland not to leave the bridge.
I hope my trousers are all right.
How can you think of trousers at a time like this?
Yes. Well, I don't know how that clever little play would have done, but I think we can safely say that Blilder's barn went down very well indeed.
The Random Jottings of Hinge and Bracket, with Dr. Evadne Hinge and Dame Hilda Bracket. With friends and neighbours at Stackton Trestle in The Italian Job.
In all the years that I've known Evadne, I don't think I've ever kept anything secret from her. Mind you, I've tried. But she always finds me out. The trouble is, I am too transparent, too honest. I simply cannot lie. I can evade, I can dissemble, I can circumvent, but a real whopper is beyond me. It's one of the few things I have in common with George Washington. Although I did read somewhere recently that the story about him being unable to tell a lie is quite untrue. Mind you, that might be quite untrue. Anyhow, I recently embarked on a little adventure that I had hoped to keep to myself. But when I returned home to the old manse that Monday evening in early September, Evadne immediately started asking questions.
Is that you, Hilda?
Well, if it isn't, it's someone wearing my hat.
Oh, good heavens.
Hello, dear. Had a nice day.
Where have you been?
Yes, thank you, Hilda. I've had a very nice day. What sort of day have you had?
I said, where have you been?
Out, and I'm beginning to wish I hadn't come back.
Do you have any idea what time it is?
Why, have you broken your sundial again?
It's after 7.
Well, you needn't have sat up, you know.
And what on earth time did you go out this morning?
About 8.
It must have been before 8. By the time I came down to breakfast, you'd gone.
Well, I say, you are getting observant, aren't you? Anyway, what you complaining about? I put your prunes out for you and your charcoal biscuits.
So where have you been all day?
What's it got to do with you? I don't ask you where you've been every time you come back from somewhere.
Yes, you do.
Well, if I do, you always tell me to mind my own business.
Hilda, I really couldn't care less where you've been, but I do think you might have told me you were going. Something could have happened to you for all I knew. You might have had an accident.
If I had, I'd have rung you at once. And I did tell you. I told you yesterday.
When?
After lunch, when we were in the garden.
I don't remember that.
Obviously. No doubt because you wouldn't take your nose out of that wretched book you were reading.
I was trying to find out what to do with my gooseberries.
If you don't know by now, you never will. The trouble with you is you don't listen.
The trouble is I've become immune to your prattling. Why do you always try to tell me things when my mind's on something else? You should have left a note.
Evadne, if we are to be reduced to communicating through notes, we may as well give up attempting to communicate at all.
Anyway, what exactly is it that you're supposed to have told me yesterday afternoon?
That I was going to be out today.
And?
Well, I was, wasn't I?
Hilda, have you been drinking?
Drinking? Me? Moi? Oh, and while I remember, I've got a little present for you.
You have been drinking.
Well, just 2 teeny glasses of vino bianco just on the way home. And that was so that I could face you when I got back.
Back from where?
Oh, very well then, Nosy. Back from town. I've been in Bury.
All day?
Yes. Now, do you want your present or not?
Well, I don't want it if it's something I don't want. Like that musical toothbrush you brought me as a peace offering the last time you were out all day.
Oh, but that was rather fun. It played Absent Friends, didn't it? Or was it Gum Gum, I love you only? Sorry.
It played The Bridges of Paris.
I won that, you know, on a hoopla stall in Nottingham. It was the ladies' leisure club outing to the Goose Fair.
And I bet that was the first time in centuries he'd seen so many honking old geese there.
That's not a very nice remark. It's not a very original one either. I remember saying that at the time.
Well, are you going to give me my present or not?
Oh, I suppose you might as well have it now. I've carried it all this way. Here. I found it in that nice little second-hand bookshop in town.
Now, what is it?
Well, what do you think it is? It's a second-hand book.
Sounds a bit more promising.
That, Evadne, is the score of The Street Singer.
Oh, very nice. Thank you, Hilda.
It's signed by the composers on the cover. There, look. H. Fraser Simpson and Ivy St. Helier.
Mm.
Let's hear some of it, shall we?
Right.
Of course, the show was first performed in 1924, you know. June 24, with Phyllis Dare and Harry Welshman at the Lyric Theatre in Shaftesbury Avenue.
What are you rattling about now?
Oh, never mind.
Well, are you going to sing or not?
Well, I can't sing the overture, dear. It doesn't have any words.
Well, let's go straight to the first song. There we are, A Perfect Little Lady.
Well, that sounds me. Do you mind if I kick my shoes off?
As long as you don't kick them into the piano, no.
Oh, that's better. Do you know, I've been on my feet all day.
Why?
Because it's the only bit of me I can stand on.
And where have you been standing all day?
Oh, shut up and play. There are times when I feel absolutely reckless. There are times when I feel full of sighs and groans. There are times when I like dancing to melodies entrancing, when big saxophones are moaning, moaning, moaning. There are times when I like going out to supper at some restaurant where things are done in style. A cocktail weenie, a dry martini, and although I may feel dizzy after drinking something fizzy, I'm a perfect little lady all the while. Although by nature I am inclined to have a frivolous turn of mind, I think I pretty well know exactly how far to go, and my ways are always so refined. There are times when I feel passionate and yearning. There are times when I feel timid as can be. There are times when I feel gentle and softly sentimental and long for some man to love me, love me, love me. There are times when I like strolling in the moonlight or to sit for half an hour upon a stile, just tit-a-titty with someone matey. If he tries too much embracing, I politely push his face in. I'm a perfect little lady all the while. Well done, dear. Barely a wrong note.
And talking of notes, I got a sheaf of messages here somewhere. While you were gadding, about half the village was trying to get hold of you.
Ah, well, that's what comes of being popular.
I've done nothing but answer that wretched phone all day long, and not one of the calls was for me.
Ah, that's what comes of being unpopular.
Now, let me see. The Lady Mayoress phone. She wants you to judge the cat show this year.
Does she really? We may as well enter our three then.
And Naomi Mellinger phone. She's going to pop round tomorrow morning to talk about the Harvest Festival.
Oh, dear.
What's the matter?
I won't be here tomorrow.
Oh, well, it doesn't matter. She said if tomorrow was inconvenient, she could make it Wednesday.
Oh, dear.
Well, what now?
Won't be here on Wednesday either.
You're not emigrating, are you?
In fact, Evadne, I'm going to be out every day this week, as I'm pretty sure I told you, and if I didn't, I'm telling you now.
Every day this week?
Every single day, dear.
Hilda, I don't wish to pry into your private affairs, and you don't have to tell me if you don't want to.
Right, that's that, dear.
Are you going to be out all day, every day?
All day, every day, dear, but don't worry. I've told Maud she's to look after you.
You can tell Maud to stay at home.
Well, I thought she'd be a bit of company for you, dear.
If I want that sort of company, I can go to the zoo.
But Evadne, if I'm not here and Maud's not here, aren't you going to find it very quiet?
Hopefully, Hilda, yes. Oh, heavens, not again. Hello, Stack Stacton 295. This is an answering service. Dame Hilda is out all day today, but she'll be back sometime after 7 this evening. So will you please ring her then? Thank you. What? Oh, hello, Lorna. Yes, it's me. I've no idea where she is. She's been out all week. Well, I'm not her keeper. If I was, I'd have had her put down a long time ago. Yes, I know it's Thursday. And yes, I know she's usually in the cake shop on a Thursday morning. Wasn't she? Well, who knows? Perhaps she's joined Weight Watchers. Or found a cake shop where the cream buns are bigger.
Hello? It's us!
Oh, sorry, Lorna. Those idiots, the Moors, are at the garden door. Hang on. I'll get rid of them. And, Lorna, hold the receiver away from your ear, dear. I'm going to shout. Dame Hilda's not here!
It doesn't matter, Doctor.
No, you'll do.
Thank you very much. Sorry, Lorna. I'm going to have to see what the idiots want. Yes, I'll tell Hilda you phoned. All right, bye-bye. Now.
Hello, Doctor.
Hello.
Peter, Mandy. Sorry to keep you waiting, but I had that idiot Lorna Durenforth on the phone. And what can I do for you two?
We won't keep you a moment, Doctor. We just wanted to give you this.
It's an invitation.
Oh, don't, P. You'll spoil the surprise. The doctor will find out what it is when she opens it, won't she?
I was only trying to save time. She doesn't need to open it now, does she?
Of course she does, P. If she doesn't open it now, how's she going to find out what it's an invitation to?
Well, I can tell her that as well, can't I? It's an invitation to our...
P, you're spoiling the surprise.
I think I'd better open this before the suspense kills me. Oh, I say, how intriguing. Peter and Mandy Moore invite blank to blank on blank at blank. RSVP. It's a bit vague, isn't it?
Oh, P, you haven't filled it in.
Perhaps he used his invisible ink.
You didn't say anything about filling them in, dear. You simply handed me a pile of envelopes and a pile of invites and said, stick one of those in each of those and be quick about it, and I was.
You know, I sometimes think you're non-compos mentis.
What?
And stupid. The fact is, Doctor, we're having drinkies on Sunday morning.
And nibbles.
On the patio, if fine.
In the rumpus room, if wet.
Nibbles in the rumpus room. I say, that does sound decadent. I'm sure Hilda will love it.
Oh, funnily enough, we saw Dame Hilda in town yesterday.
Oh, did you? Where?
Well, she was having lunch in that little Italian restaurant next to the bookshop. Wasn't she, P?
That's right, she was. She was having lunch there on Tuesday when we passed as well.
P's office is near there, you see, and I've been meeting him in his lunch hour and taking him shopping. But he's got a day off work today, haven't you, P?
That's right, so I'm taking D shopping instead.
Hilda didn't say she'd seen you?
I don't think she did see us. She seemed far too preoccupied with her gentleman friend. And we didn't like to bang on the window.
Her gentleman friend.
Well, we can't swear he's a gentleman, but they certainly seem friendly.
Oh, very friendly. Very close.
Very chummy. They were sitting so close together yesterday, they were eating the same stick of celery.
Intimate. That's the word I'd use.
I say, steady on, old girl.
What exactly does he look like, this intimate gentleman friend of hers?
Well, we didn't really get much of a look at him. We didn't like to stand staring in for too long.
No, we couldn't anyway once the waiter had drawn the curtains.
He's about 50, I'd say. Sleek black hair, little moustache, smartly dressed, wears a rose in his buttonhole, chunky gold cufflinks and a polka dot bow tie. Apart from that, I couldn't really tell you.
Well, that certainly doesn't sound like anybody I know. Perhaps we better have a cup of coffee and a little chat.
Well, I must say, Roberto, that was another delightful little luncheon. I'm going to miss my lunches next week.
Do you know, you have really told me very little about your home life, about your friend, Evadne.
Well, I don't want to bore you. I much prefer to talk about La Bella Italia.
But all week over lunch we talk about my country.
Well, as I told you, dear, I look upon Italy with great affection, having spent so much time there and in my formative years.
Tell me, how long exactly did you live there?
Oh, about 3 years, studying and touring. Did I tell you I had to be smuggled out in a laundry basket?
Why, no. You told me only of the audiences that threw flowers at you. You said nothing of the hostile ones.
No, 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 dear, no. No, it wasn't because of the audiences. It was because of Mussolini.
Mussolini did not like your singing?
Oh, Mussolini loved it. That was the trouble. You see, war broke out, and Mussolini took one look at my Tosca and wanted to hang on to me for the duration. He was probably trying to save me from falling into the hands of Enza.
You know, I could listen to you for hours.
And that's another reason why lunch won't be the same next week. Evadne never listens to a word I say.
I tell you what, Hilda. At the end of October, I go home to Napoli for a few weeks. Come with me.
What?
Come with me to Napoli. I could give you a holiday to remember.
I bet you could.
Then you will come?
Oh, Roberto, if only. But alas, I can't leave Evadne. She's totally dependent on me. She can't do a thing for herself.
She's very sick?
No, she's very old.
Then bring her with you. The holiday will do her good. The poor old lady can doze in a deck chair while we two gallivant.
Oh, we'd never get her onto an aircraft, not with her gammy legs and her sticks. And, of course, her terrible fear of flying.
Ah, well, perhaps one day. But if I cannot tempt you to Napoli, perhaps I can at least tempt you to a dessert.
Well, you can try.
Then how does the torta di albicocchi con zabaglioni al amaretto sound to you, eh?
Tempting. But what is it?
Waiter?
Si, signore.
Luigi, will you please tell the signorina how Giulio makes his torta di albicocchi con zabaglioni alla amaretto?
Si, signore. You see, signorina, first they make a rich, crumbly pastry using the eggs, cream, and a generous dash of amaretto liqueur.
Amaretto liqueur.
On to this, then, he piles fresh apricots, wild strawberries, and crystallized violets.
Con amore, made with love.
Goodness gracious me.
And finally, he bathes the whole creation in zabaglione, a delicious and eddy froth of eggs, whisked with sugar and sweet wine. In this case, more amaretto liqueur.
Zabaglione. Benissimo.
Gosh, sounds absolutely delicious.
That is settled, then. Una torta di albicocchi con zabaglione all'amaretto, per favore, Luigi.
No, I mustn't. I really mustn't.
But sure.
No, I must be firm. Not at lunchtime, no.
Oh, signorina, please.
You couldn't pop it into a little box for me, could you, Luigi? Just so that I can take it away for later.
Si, signorina. In a box.
And I was beginning to think that I had lost my power to charm.
Never, Roberto, never. Why, say, just look at the time. I must be getting along. Pick up my box for me, would you? I'll see you later. Ciao.
Ciao. Right, Luigi. I'll settle up this evening, eh?
Si, signore. And here is the signorina's little box.
Thank you, Luigi. We'll see you later.
Si, signore. Ciao. Giulio's Ristorante? Hello? Si, signorina. I help if I can. What does your friend look like? Floofy? Scusi, did you say floofy or scroofy? Ah, plumpa. Si. Well, I don't really know, signorina. That all depends on what you mean by silly act. Well, perhaps you could describe the gentleman, then. Oh, si. That is Signor Roberto. No, they have just left. But they will be back about 6. They just like to relax over a glass of wine after work. If it is really that urgent, signorina, I suggest you go straight to the shop. Roberto's on Angel Hill. But it is where your friend is working, signorina. See, working. In Roberto's shoe shop. Shoes di Napoli.
There are times when I feel absolutely reckless. There are times when I feel as can be.
Hello, Hilda.
Evadne, what are you doing here?
What are you doing here?
Oh, just looking at shoes, dear.
Well, have you been here long?
Not very long, no.
Isn't there anybody serving?
Oh, yes, there is.
Well, where are they?
Oh, they're about.
Well, let's get some service, shall we? Sharp!
Evadne, don't.
We want some service, don't we, Hilda? Sharp!
Miss Brackett, are you there?
Yes, it's all right, Mr. Roberto. I'm here.
Miss Brackett?
Well, one doesn't want to make the customers feel inferior, dear.
Customers?
Oh, all right. And now you know, don't you? So you can wipe that silly smirk off your face and go home.
Not until you tell me what you're doing here.
I'll tell you that when I get home. I'm paid to sell shoes, not to stand around gossiping.
Very well, then.
What are you sitting down for?
I'm going to buy a pair of shoes.
Oh, don't be ridiculous, Evadne. If you want shoes, go where you usually go, to the government surplus stores.
You were saying just last week that I needed a decent pair.
Well, that is true. What sort of thing do you want?
Well, something like these I'm wearing.
Oh, we don't stock hobnail boots.
Don't you sell a plain brogue?
Of course we do.
Well, I'd like to try on a pair.
Well, I'll see what we have in your size.
And while you're looking, you can tell me what you're doing here.
Oh, very well. Well, it was last Saturday, you remember, I popped into town to collect my new spectacles.
Yes?
Well, on the way back from the opticians to the car park, I just happened to glance in the window here.
You just glanced?
All right, I looked. Well, I had to make sure I could see properly with my new spectacles, didn't I? Anyway, there was this absolutely exquisite pair of shoes.
And how long exactly did you stand looking at them?
Evadne, I will not be cross-examined.
All this time, I was at home trying to keep your lunch warm.
You could have let it go cold for all I cared, you and your herbal waffles.
You didn't have to eat them?
Then why didn't you say so at the time? Anyway, to return to my story. I was standing there wondering how I could possibly afford these shoes when Cynthia Woolcott, who works here, you know her, she's in the WI. Well, she saw me out there and she rushed out and she dragged me in and she said I was the answer to her prayers.
I always thought she was a bit funny.
And as it turned out, she was the answer to mine. You see, she wanted to take this week off, and Mr. Roberto said she could if she could find a suitable stand-in.
Well, why on earth didn't you tell me all this on Saturday?
Well, I was going to, but you started going on about how big the electricity bill was going to be because you had to keep my lunch warm, and how we were going to have to economise, and I just thought, well, that wasn't the best moment to say anything about spending £145 on a pair of shoes.
£145?
Well, they are hand-sewn Italian calfskin, dear.
I don't care if they're hand-cut crystal. £145 would more than have paid the electricity bill.
And that's another reason for not telling you. I'm blowed if I was going to work a whole week just to pay a rotten old electricity bill.
And then perhaps in future you'll refrain from using the rotten old electricity.
And that's the third reason for not telling you. I knew you'd go on. Anyway, what with my wages and my staff discount, those shoes will cost me practically nothing.
How much?
Here we are, brogues. These are your size, and they're only £23.
I can't afford new shoes now. One of us has got to behave responsibly.
Evadne, we have just paid our electricity bill, and I gave you my half. So what I do with the rest of my money has really nothing to do with you. Anyway, I've worked for those shoes. I've worked jolly hard. I've left home every morning at the crack of dawn, and I've not returned home till dark.
As far as I can ascertain, you spent a good deal of your 12-hour day having lunch and drinkies after work.
Well, you know what they say about Jack.
Jack who?
All work and no play, Jack. Oh. He was reputedly a very dull boy, and I know who he took after. Now, do you want to buy these shoes or not?
Well, I shall want to try them on first.
Oh, well, go on then. Who's stopping you?
Hilda, the last time I was in a shoe shop, the assistant got down on her knees, removed one of my old shoes, and gently eased my foot into one of the new ones.
Ah, well, the last time you were in a shoe shop, they still had slavery.
Perhaps your boss will be more helpful. Mr. Roberto!
They're coming.
There's no need, Mr. Roberto. It's all right. All right, then, Evadne, give me your foot. There, how does that feel?
Hard to tell with your finger stuck in the back.
Then lift your heel up and I'll take it out.
And how am I supposed to get my heel back in again?
Evadne, you're going to have to do something for yourself. After all, you won't always have me and my finger to rely on.
You'd think that a shop as expensive as this would be able to run to a shoehorn.
And what do you think this is hanging round my waist?
Now, why don't you use it?
Because the cord's too short.
Which obviously means that your waist is too large.
It means nothing of the sort. It means I've got it knotted in the wrong place and I can't unknot it.
Here, let me try.
Evadne, customers are not permitted to handle the staff.
Mr. Brackett, could I please have a word?
Certainly, Mr. Roberto. Perhaps Madam would like to walk about a bit and see how those feel.
Don't you worry. Madam was going to.
No, Mr. Roberto.
Are you having trouble with that customer?
Well, a bit, but nothing I can't handle.
Why don't you go into the office, make yourself a cup of tea, and leave her to me?
No, I can manage her.
I'm sure you can, but I have had a good deal more experience with the awkward customers, so I will deal with her.
May the best man win.
Oh. Now, madame.
I am not a madame. I am a doctor.
Ah, I see, a doctor. And you are looking for something sensible to walk the hospital wards in, yes?
I'm a doctor of music.
Ah, doctor of music. And you are looking for something sensible to march with the band in, yes?
I'm just looking for something sensible, and I've obviously come to the wrong shop. Hilda!
Miss Brackett is having her tea break.
Well, she can jolly well stop having her tea break and do a bit of work for a change. After all, she's just had her lunch, and it's only a couple of hours to drinkies' time. Hilda!
Evadne, you must stop shouting.
Evadne?
Yes, Mr. Roberto, this is my friend, Dr. Evadne Hinge. It's the one I've told you so much about.
But the gammy legs, the sticks.
What gammy legs? What have you been saying about me, Hilda?
No, Evadne, do you want those shoes or not?
Yes, when you've told me what you've been saying.
Then give me your money, thank you, and I'll pop them in a bag for you.
Just a minute, Hilda.
So you're the famous Dr. Hinge. I am delighted to make your acquaintance, Signorina.
Thank you.
As you may have gathered, you are not at all as I had pictured you.
The first thing one learns about Hilda, Signor Roberto, is never to believe a single word she says.
There you are, Evadne. I'll see you later.
Yes, I'll be waiting for you.
I fancy your friend is not very pleased with you, Hilda.
I fancy she isn't.
So what are you smiling about?
Well, I just wish I could see Evadne's face when she gets home and discovers that she's paid £23 for a slice of torta di albacocche con zabaglio di alamaretto.